She had less money than you, less education than you, less time than you, and she still retired a millionaire working as a school lunch lady in Vermont. Her name was Ronald Red. Okay, not a she, my mistake. And I'll get to why I almost forgot his name in a second, because that's actually the whole point. Ronald Red pumped gas and swept floors for a living. When he died in 2014, he left behind $8 million. Nobody knew, not his stepkids, not his neighbors. He wore a safety pin to hold his coat together because he didn't want to spend money on a new one. Now, here's the part that should bother you. Somewhere right now, a guy making $400,000 a year is 3 missed payments away from losing his car. I know that sounds impossible. It isn't. I'm going to show you exactly why in a minute, but first, I need you to sit with a question that's going to be uncomfortable. If income made people rich, wouldn't every doctor be a millionaire by 40? They're not even close. And the reason isn't what you think. By the end of this video, you're going to understand 10 habits, tiny, almost embarrassingly small habits, that quietly separate the people who get rich from the people who just look rich. Some of these are going to sound too simple to work. That's exactly why nobody does them. Stay with me because habit number 7 is the one that changed my own life. And I'm not exaggerating when I say it rewired how I see every dollar that touches my hand. Let's start with the gap. There's a term economists use, hedonic adaptation. It means whatever you earn, you adjust to it within about 6 months, and then it feels normal, and then you need more. A 28-year-old engineer I know, let's call him Dev, went from 60,000 to 140,000 in 3 years. He told me dead serious that he felt broker at 140 than he did at 60. New apartment, new car, new watch. His savings account barely moved. That's not a dev problem. That's a human problem. And the first habit fixes it at the root. Habit 1, they save the raise before they feel it. The moment Dev's salary jumped, instead of letting his spending catch up, the people who actually build wealth automate a chunk of every raise straight into savings before it ever touches their checking account. Not after, before. Because money you never see, you never miss. There's a study out of UCLA on this exact behavior. People who automated savings increases alongside pay increases ended up with dramatically higher net worth 10 years later than people with identical incomes who didn't. Same paycheck, different life. That's the gap nobody talks about. Habit 2, and this one stings a little. They track net worth, not income. Income is a scoreboard for your job. Net worth is the scoreboard for your life. I want you to think about someone you know, maybe a cousin, maybe a coworker, who makes great money and somehow always seems stressed about it. That's usually someone watching the wrong number. The people quietly getting rich check one number once a month, 10 minutes, no more. What they own minus what they owe. That's it. It sounds boring. It is boring. Boring is what builds wealth. Drama is what destroys it. Here's a small reward for staying this long. Because you've earned it. This next one will change how you look at every purchase for the rest of your life. Habit 3, they calculate cost in hours, not dollars. Not, that's $200. Instead, that's 6 hours of my life. A friend of mine, she was about to buy a designer bag, $400, and instead of asking if she could afford it, she asked how many hours of work that bag actually cost her. Turned out to be almost a full work week. She didn't buy it. Not because she couldn't, because once you see money as stored time, spending gets a lot more personal. This is straight out of the old classic, your money or your life. The idea that every dollar is a piece of your finite life energy, traded away. Once you can't unsee that, you stop trading your life for things that don't matter to you. Now, quick pause. I promised you 2 things I wouldn't answer right away. Remember Ronald Red, the janitor with $8 million? And remember the question about why doctors aren't automatically rich? Both answers are the same, and it's coming in a minute. But first, drop a comment right now with the habit number that hit you hardest so far. I read every one, and it tells me exactly what to dig deeper on in future videos. Habit 4, they build one system, not 10 resolutions. Most people try to change everything in January and change nothing by February. The people who actually build wealth pick one financial system, one automatic transfer, one recurring investment, one rule, and they let it run on autopilot for years without touching it. There's a term for this in behavioral finance: choice fatigue. Every decision you make about money is a chance to talk yourself out of doing the right thing. Automate it once, and you remove yourself from the equation. You can't self-sabotage a decision you already made a year ago. Habit 5, and this is where it gets a little uncomfortable. They buy back their time before they buy status. Status purchases feel amazing for about 11 days. Then they're just your normal life again, and you're on the hook for the payment. But time, an extra hour of sleep, a Saturday you didn't spend cleaning because you paid someone else to do it, a commute you cut in half by living somewhere smaller but closer, that compounds. It gives you energy. Energy makes you sharper at work. Sharper at work gets you promoted. Promoted means more income. More income bought with time, not spent on things. Let's talk about the shopkeeper for a second, because I promised you one story like this, and this is it. There's a man who ran a tiny hardware store in a small town. Not glamorous, not a hustle culture story, just a guy who opened the shutter every morning at 7. He didn't have a fancy system. What he had was one rule. Every single day, before he touched a rupee of profit for himself, 10% went into a separate tin box, untouched, no exceptions, not even during the slow months. 30 years later, that boring tin box habit had turned into land, into a second store, into his kids' education fully paid. Cash, no loans. He never once made more than a modest income. He just never let himself skip the rule. That's habit 6. Pay yourself first, literally first, before rent, before groceries, before anything, even if it's $5. Here's your reward for making it this far, because this next fact genuinely surprises most people. The average lottery winner is more likely to file bankruptcy within 5 years than someone who never won anything at all. Read that again. A study following lottery winners in Florida found bankruptcy rates actually went up after a windfall, not down. Sudden money without a system behaves like a hot potato. It burns whoever's holding it, which means the amount of money you have has almost nothing to do with whether you build wealth. The system does. This is the pivot, and I want you to really feel it. It was never about how much you make. It's about what your money does the moment it lands in your hand. Habit 7, and I told you this one changed my life. They wait 24 hours before any purchase over $100. Not because willpower is strong, because willpower is weak, and everybody's is. Advertisers know your impulse is strongest in the first 90 seconds of wanting something. So the trick isn't discipline, it's distance. Put it in the cart, close the laptop, sleep on it. About 70% of the time, by morning, you don't even want it anymore. The urge was never really about the object. It was dopamine, borrowed from your future self, who now has to pay the credit card bill for a feeling that lasted less than a day. Habit 8. They keep one financially honest friend. Not a financial advisor, a friend. Someone they can say, "I overspent this month" to without shame. Isolation is expensive. People who hide their money mistakes repeat them because shame keeps you from examining what actually happened. The people who get ahead have at least one person they talk numbers with. Honestly, a partner, a sibling, a friend from college. Someone who won't judge, just ask good questions. If you don't have that person yet, comment below and tell me your biggest money mistake. You'd be surprised how many people in these comments have made the exact same one, and how much lighter it feels once it's said out loud. Habit 9. They read the fine print on their own life. Subscriptions, fees. That gym membership from 2022 you forgot about. The average American is bleeding somewhere between $200 and $300 a month on things they don't remember signing up for. Not because they're careless people, because nobody teaches you to audit yourself. Once a quarter, 15 minutes, they scroll their statement and ask one brutal question about every single line. Would I sign up for this again today, knowing what I know now? If the answer's no, it's gone. And habit 10, the quiet one. The one most people skip because it doesn't feel productive. They protect their peace before they protect their portfolio. Chronic financial stress doesn't just feel bad, it changes how you think. There's research showing that persistent money anxiety can temporarily lower your effective decision-making capacity. Some studies put it at the equivalent of losing 13 IQ points under scarcity conditions, which means the more panicked you are about money, the worse your money decisions get. It's a trap that feeds itself. So, the people who escape it treat sleep, therapy, a walk outside, a real day off, not as luxuries, but as financial tools. A rested mind makes better decisions with a dollar than an exhausted one ever will. So back to Ronald Red, the janitor with $8 million, and the doctor whose 3 missed payments from losing his car. Same answer, both of them. It was never about the paycheck. Ronald Reed didn't get rich because he earned more. He got rich because every single habit on this list he did quietly for 50 straight years without anyone watching, without needing credit for it. The doctor is drowning not because he doesn't make enough, but he makes more than most people will see in 3 years, but because none of these 10 quiet systems were ever installed. Income is loud, wealth is silent, and almost nobody's paying attention to the boring stuff, which is exactly why the boring stuff works. You don't need a raise to start any of this. You don't need a better job, a stock tips, a side hustle, or some secret the rich are hiding from you. You need one tin box, one 24-hour rule, one honest friend, one number you check once a month. Small, unglamorous, repeated 1,000 times until one day you look up and you're the person other people quietly wonder about. How did they do that on a normal income? If even one of these 10 hit you the way it hit me when I first heard it, hit subscribe, hit like, share it with your loved ones who need this, and subscribe for more insights. I'll see you in the next one.